Let's sit in a comfortable meditation posture, and please close the eyes. Your attention on the silence that is always there deep in the mind. Connect with that silence. Become that silence. This is the silence. You are the silent witness. From the perspective of the silent witness, please listen to the Yoga Vasishta. Book 4, Chapter 10, continuing with verse 58. He became a Brahmin in the land of Vasarna, then a king of the city of Kosala. He became a hunter in a great forest, then a swan on the banks of the Ganges. He became a king of the solar race, then a king of the Tundras, and afterwards a missionary among the Saras and Sauls. Next, he became a demigod, Vidyadhara. And finally, the son of an ancient sage, Muni. He became a ruler in Madras. Then the son of a devotee, bearing the name of Vasudeva, and living on the bank of Samanga. Your son has passed many other births, to which he was led by his desire. He also had to undergo some births in lower animals. He repeatedly has been a hunter, Pirata, in the Vindhya Hill, and at Kakata. He was a chieftain in Swabira and became an ass in Trigarta. He grew as a bamboo tree in the land of Ralas and as a deer in the outskirts of China. He became a serpent on a palm tree and a cock on a tamala tree. This son of yours has been skilled in mantras, and he practiced them in the land of Vidyadhara. He became a Vidyadhara magician himself and worked his jugglery of taking ornaments from women. He became a favorite of female. This is the sun, is dear to lotus flowers. Being as handsome as Kama, the god of love, he became a favorite among the Vidyadhara ladies in the land of Gandharvas. At the end of the Kalpa age of universal destruction, he saw the 12 sons of the zodiac shining at once before him. He was reduced to ashes by their heat, just as a grasshopper is burnt by falling on fire. Finding no other world or body where he could enter, his spirit roved about in empty air like a bird, soars on a high on without its nest. After the lapse of a long time, as Brahma again awoke from his long night of repose and again commenced his creation of the world in all its various forms. The wandering spirit of your son was led by its desire as if propelled by a gust of wind to become a Brahman again and be reborn on this earth. He was born under the name of Vasudeva in the house of a Brahmin. He was taught all the Shruti scriptures among the intelligent and learned men of the place. In this Kalpa age, he became a Vidyadhara again and committed himself to the performance of his tapas on the bank of Samanga, where he is still sitting in his yoga meditation. Thus, his desire for the varieties of worldly appearances led him to various births in the woods and forests in the womb of this earth, covered with jungles of the thorny Kadira, Karanja, and other bushes and bramble. As we mentioned last time, this is an account that tells us it is very difficult to proceed beyond Moksha level 1 to Moksha level 4 in the celestial region. Moksha level 1 gives us at best a temporary respite from the nearly endless rounds of reincarnation on earth. But we have only drilled a tunnel in the mountain ranges of karma to achieve moksha level 1. We have a chance that in the celestial regions we will be able to maintain our connection with the silent witness, that we will continue our sadhana, and that we will continue balancing the karmic tracing and eventually reach moksha level 4. But that is exceedingly rare. If you enter the celestial realms without moksha level 4, you will probably be coming back into the physical again. Because the celestial realms are even more captivating, 100 times more beautiful than the earthly realm. That means it's very easy to get again embroiled in the samsara, in the celestial realm. We will have this incredible ability to create anything in our mind and have it manifest in front of us and become part of our life when we're in the celestial realm. The temptation to do that is going to be very, very great. The ascended masters now in the celestial realm, many of them are still in that challenge of reaching Brahman consciousness. They know that it is quite easy and possible to fall back into the physical realm again. Once we fall into the physical realm, generally, we forget everything. We have no memory of past lives. And so we will start over, as we have heard in this chapter. This is a very important advisory to use your time wisely while in the physical, while in a realm that is far less beautiful and captivating than the celestial. Much easier, 100 times easier to maintain your connection with the silent witness in the physical than it is in the celestial. This is why we have the Satsu Kayakalpa program. Krishna's reward for us for helping in this time to elevate world collective consciousness to a point that the pralaya will stop and Kali Yuga will proceed, has been to give us this wonderful boon of the Satsu Kayakalpa program. Without it, the clock is ticking, and at about age 100, if we haven't achieved Brahman consciousness, we will lose the body and ascend to the celestial realms and into that great challenge. So this is why we're extending our lifespan. So we need that to proceed with our sadhana and balance all of our individual karma. That is our objective, and that must be accomplished. And when that is accomplished, then we have achieved Brahman consciousness. From Brahman consciousness, in the celestial realm, we will not be pulled back into the physical. We have finally made exit of the samsara. We haven't achieved the ultimate objective, Krishna consciousness, but at least we don't have to start over at the zero numerous times. Continuing with chapter 11. Yama, time on the mind as the cause producing the world. Yama, time, continued. Your son is still engaged in his rigorous austerities on the bank of the Samanga River, rolling with its loud waves on the beach, and the winds blowing and howling from all sides. He has been sitting still in his firm tapas, with matted braids of hair on his head and beads of Rudraksha seeds in his hand, and controlling the members of his body from going astray. O venerable sage, if you wish to know the dreams in his mind, you shall have to open your intellectual eye in order to pry into the thoughts of others. Vasishtha said, saying so, the Lord of world, who sees all at one view, made the Muni dive with his intellectual eye into the thoughts of his son. By his perception, the sage immediately saw all the incidents in the sequence of births in his son's mind, as if they were reflected in the mirror of his own mind. Having seen the mind of his son in his own mind, the Muni returned from the bank of Samanga to his own body on Mount Mandara, where it was left in the sitting posture in the presence of Yama. Surprised at what he saw, the sage looked upon Yama with a smile. Dispassionate as he was, he spoke to the god in the following soft and dispassionate words. Brigham speaking. O God, who is Lord of past and future, we are only ignorant children before you, whose brilliant insight sees at once the three times of past, present, and future, the knowledge of the existence of the world by its varying forms and fluctuations, whether it is a real entity or not, is the source of all errors of the wisest of men. It is you, O powerful God, who knows what is inside this world, while to us it presents its outward figure only in the shape of a magic scene. I knew very well that my son is not subject to death. Therefore, I was struck with wonder to see him lying like a dead body, thinking that the imperishable soul of my son was snatched by death. I was led to the brainless desire of cursing you on his untimely death. For though we know the course of things in the world, Yet we are subject to impulses of joy and grief, owing to prosperity and adversity. Moreover, to be angry with wrongdoers and to be pleased with those that act rightly have become the general rule and course of the world. As we are subject to the error of the reality of the world, we labor under the sense of what is our duty and what we must refrain from. But deliverance from this error removes all such responsibilities from us. When we fret at death without understanding its intention, we are to be blamed, of course. You have made me acquainted with the thoughts of my son. I can see the whole scene on the bank of Samanga River. Now let us continue, established in the silent witness. Many karmic traces have been touched and activated by this reading of the Yoga Vasish. We now have a wonderful opportunity to balance all of these karmic traces. Using the tool of three mana, sanyama, on the esoteric Maha Mantra, we will make excellent progress.
Mm-hmm.